Welcome to the Hanamura guide. So the first thing you want to do on attack is switch to Widow, but only for a tiny moment. So you wait for the doors to open, you're scoped in, and then you just headshot the dude that's on their high ground there. And then you switch back to Hanzo. And the first thing I do when I get out of spawn is I shoot the Sonic. And it will land on the other side of the choke point at roughly at the same time as I get there. Well, now I hit it on the roof, but you get the idea. It doesn't really matter if you fuck it up because you can do a second Sonic there if really needed. But this way you will save your Sonic cooldown if it actually works. But yeah, so you wait for the shield tanks to go main. And the moment they put their shields up here, the enemy team is gonna start shooting at them. So that's my cue to go up here and then just launch up to this high ground. So depending if the enemy team is shooting you from here, you wanna go up immediately. But if the enemy team is shooting you from here, then you wanna use this cover here. So you're basically already in cover, so you wanna just save your HP and go all the way around and then go up. And now you're on the best spot of this Hanamura A point when attacking. If they don't have a Genji or anything that can contest you, you basically already won. You can just shoot, you keep crouching, and then when your arrow is loaded, you uncrouch and shoot. You should switch your position a tiny bit so you don't get pre-fired. And you might even go to here and shoot through these bushes here. Basically, just force them to focus on you. Maybe shoot at their main tank if he positions his shield in a way that it only blocks the choke point. But yeah, let's say the enemy team does contest you on the high ground. What you wanna do is you try to shoot at the Genji that's coming up for you, so you get one body shot in before he even peeks. And then he might just back up. Or if he does come up, you already got a big advantage. And at this point, if their team is helping the Genji who's contesting you, then your team is getting a lot of space. And if you really want to back up, you can just launch onto this roof and slide onto here. You get this health back. And then you can assist your team from this spot. Do a rapid fire, and then you can keep running in case the Genji is chasing you. You can go up here. And at this point your team should have already successfully pushed in if you're getting chased, since they don't have enough people to hold the choke point. So your team will be fighting here. You're gonna have you have really good angles for headshots shooting straight down. And if the enemy team is here, you might wanna just try to launch over them YOLO style. Or the safe play would be to just go here and shoot them from here, maybe even back up, go all the way back around, shoot them from here. But if you're up here and they decide to back up to the point, you can easily just shoot them from here. Force them to position their shields towards these two spots, and then they leave this door open. Or you could just go all the way for the hard flank here and launch to this spot here. Make sure you always use cover, especially if you don't have mercy pockets so you can't get healed. So when you put the Sonic down, you can see them through the wall, and then just do these tiny peeks. Force them to focus onto you, or you just get some picks. Maybe shoot their cornered dude here. And yeah, basically just try to play it safe on the high ground so that not all of them can contest you. And it doesn't even really matter if you don't hit all your shots or if you don't even get any picks. What matters is that you force them to chase you, or at least to focus on you instead of the enemy team. So you're just creating space at the very least. So even if your aim sucks, it should be fine. And yeah, after you cap the first point, there's multiple choices. You could go left side flank, or you could go to the right side with your team. But the first thing I like to do is, even before we fully cap the point, if there's no enemies left or if my team can handle it, I go here and I sonic the stairway to the high ground, since the enemy team is most likely gonna set up to this high ground first. So then with the sonic, I see them walking up the stairs and I can easily get a headshot like this. And I can also, if it was a really fast first push, I can also try to farm my dragon with this. And then if I do have my dragon and my team is going right side high ground, I can just alt the high ground from here, under. You might actually want to just do the ultimate from here, so that in case the enemy team has someone in this high ground corner here, they get affected by the dragon as well. Make sure you angle it as downwards as possible, because this way it will still hit the people who are in the stairway as well. The other option is, like, if you want to play it safe and go with your team and farm the dragon here. Here's a good angle. Not a lot of people realize, but you can actually just shoot this place here, and you're probably gonna keep hitting some target who wants to go to the back right corner of their high ground. Or you could just pop up from this spot here without lunge, so that then you can jump back here. The problem with going with your team on this right side is that, like, let's say they have someone here on this high ground, they're just gonna be strafing left and right, they're gonna be extremely hard to hit. And the same goes for someone who's here, like let's say they have a Hanzo here, he's just gonna be standing behind this pole. It's just not, it's not reliable. So I always try to go for the flanks first, and then just brute force it from right side if it doesn't work. But let's say you wanna go for the, especially if the enemy team has someone on this high ground over there, you might wanna go for the left side flank and just completely ignore this choke point, because if you shoot from here, then the dude on this high ground will hear you. So you wanna just go all the way around down here. And then the enemy team is gonna be focused on your team, which is on the complete opposite direction from you. So it's very likely that they won't be looking at this choke point at all, which lets you climb up for free and get the pick, and then you can just go back down really fast. Okay, she doesn't want to be here. But yeah, so after you get this one pick up here, usually the enemy team will panic, and they will half of them will start shooting you, so you should back up. Maybe you got hit, you take this health back here, and then you wanna go up here, or maybe go back to the flank. Make sure you save your lunge in case they get really mad and start rushing you up here, so then you can just lunge behind this cover here, and then maybe go down the stairs and juke them, or just depending on what they do, just pick your escape. But yeah, you could go for some wild stuff as well, like if they're really focused, they're all 6 on the high ground, you got your dragon, and they're not looking at you, you can just go all the way around. This works surprisingly many times. If I got my dragon, I just go all the way around here, and then just a dragon from this angle here. And it's gonna clear the whole stairway and the high ground, so they have to jump down. And then your team can take the high ground, and then you should really escape through the stairway, since when they jump down, they're probably gonna try to rush you. So you should always go out from here. If you wanna go full swag mode, or you just don't have time to escape, you can wall climb this spot. Like, for some reason there's so much space here. No one ever uses it or even knows that it exists. So you wall climb while looking down to see them walking under you. And you shouldn't lunge. Like, you can use lunge when you're up here to keep you higher in the air for a longer time in case they already walk past. But you should try to time it so that you don't have to use it, because if they actually listen to in-game sounds, they're gonna hear the lunge behind them. So yeah, that's a ninja trick right there, to disappear into thin air. But yeah, if you do manage to run up and then your team is gonna take the high ground and jump after them, you hopefully got at least one pick with the dragon. So it should be fine at this point. And after, you know, you should time how long it's been since you got that pick, because you can then put a Sonic here, like 8 seconds to 8 seconds after you get the pick, you put the Sonic down there, and then you can just spam the dude that comes out to keep him out of the fight, probably kill him again, unless it's like a main tank or something. But the problem with this angle here is it's gonna be really hard to get consistent shots if you do shoot from this spot here. If like I said before, if they got someone up here, you can't get a reliable shot since they will be strafing left and right. And you're relatively exposed, especially if it's an Ashe or a Widow up there, you're probably gonna lose the 1v1. But yeah, let's move on to defense. Okay, so on defense, this is actually my favorite spot in the whole game when defending. Basically, you wanna get here as fast as possible. As soon as you can pick your hero and spawn, you run here. And there's a trick that I don't use more often because I'm too lazy. But what you should do is rush here as fast as possible. You will have about 18 seconds left. And then you can just do almost fully charged arrows. And just make it rain all the way until there's like 5 seconds left, 8 seconds left. And then you go back. And the enemy team comes out. And if they have a Genji or a Hanzo, he's gonna probably try to wall climb up this pillar here, and he's constantly gonna get dinked in the head, and you could be just emoting in here and he's still gonna die. But yeah, the opening you wanna do is you shoot the Sonic at the door, like at the same time as the door is open. So this way you know if they go left and or right. Like, let's say they would have a Widow and he's gonna start going right side to here. So then you just wanna do the first pre-fire on this spot here, because this is probably the first place they peek. So you try your luck, maybe they stop exactly here. You do the headshot and hide. And then she's gonna run against this pillar to try to block the fire, and then you try to shoot at the corner of the pillar like this. Try to get a lucky headshot in case she fucks it up. And then just like after every shot, just hide to dodge her shot. And then we get to the... Actually, let's talk about Symetra first. If they do have Symetra, they will all go left side together. You can see it with Sonic. Maybe they have a Widow still who goes right side, but most often they all go left side. And if that's the case, then you want to go up here and just keep shooting them. Try to pick off the Symetra, because once you pick off the Symetra, there's nothing they can do or will do. They will just AFK on the choke point waiting for her to respawn, or they will switch off from Symetra. Probably they will just wait for the Symetra to respawn, especially in lower ranks. So as long as you can keep picking off the Symetra, it should be fine. But yeah, in case you can't pick off the Symetra, you should save your rapid fire when trying to get the Symetra pick. Because if they do get close here, like let's say the Symetra walks from here to here, so they're ready to set up the TP, then you just wanna launch to here and position your crosshair here to wait for the TP, and then just rapid fire spam it. This way, the TP will break before any of them, or maybe like half of them can get through, which is even better compared to if none of them gets through, because you split them and you force half of the enemy team to just fight, and then your team is probably gonna turn around, abandon the choke point, and fight them on the point. And now you have two choices. Do you wanna shoot at the people on this side of the choke point, or do you wanna shoot the people on the point? And let's say they got a Widow or a DPS or an Ana or something here. You probably wanna pick them off first. And then what you do is you go up here. You might even stay here, like try to camp their McCree. Like if they have someone who's not that long range, like a Reaper or a McCree or a Junkrat, you don't want to peek a McCree, so you might just like shoot once, force the McCree to camp your corner, and then just shoot on point. So you're basically doing suppressive fire on the dudes that got left behind, and you can still support your team, force them to shield from either your shots or your team's shots, if your team is shooting from here, for example, and the enemy team is on the point. But yeah, so if you want to help your team, you want to abandon the choke point as well, you just go onto here and then shoot from here. Like yeah, let's say they have a Widow, you're low HP and you don't want to contest that stuff. Maybe they got a McCree or something. You don't want to contest, so you go for this strat. Then you can shoot a couple times here, and then they're gonna turn around to try to shoot at you, and then you just hide so that there's no chance they're gonna hit you. And then you can do like a couple shots on the McCree and then switch back onto here. And just keep rotating to hold them both. Do like suppressive fire. Eventually you're gonna get picks. Eventually your team is gonna get picks. But the enemy team probably is not gonna get picks if they have a McCree stuck in here, for example. It's all kind of situational, depending on who do you think needs to get shut down, or maybe both of them need to get shut down. But yeah, let's talk about the basic pocketed defense on this point. So basically you just wanna move unpredictably. It's like, I'm gonna show you kind of like dance teacher style. Like you, for example, let's say they have a Widow here. And they're all focusing on you. You want to do like one shot, then go up, one shot, go down, one shot, up, one shot. And at this point, you're becoming predictable. So this time you could like either just insta go back up after dropping down. You could even do like a fake out where you don't actually completely drop out. You just back up and then go back up to just dodge the shots. And then you can shoot. Or you could go for fake where you just stand here in cover and don't peek. And then they're gonna expect you to peek up here. But if you did this fake out strat where you're just crouching behind cover, then you, after waiting 2 seconds or 1 second, I'd say 2 seconds at least, then you peek here and shoot. And then you're gonna go up and shoot, and then fake out and shoot, and then maybe go down, shoot, mix it up, shoot, maybe go even here and shoot. Just keep going full Matrix mode. It kind of reminds me of that Ocean's 12 scene where there's like the dude is trying to Matrix through all the lasers without triggering the alarm. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this A point. Yeah, oh, if you don't have a pocket, or like, you can still do it if you got a good Ana or Baptiste who you have agreed with that they will keep you alive. But if you got like a Moira Lucio, you can't do this strat. You're just gonna get shot once and then you're like, oh, where do I go? You back up here and then their McCree or someone is gonna shoot you from there and you're dead. It's way too risky. I'm going to put a 3-minute clip of me juggling on these spots with a Mercy Pocket, so you can get a better idea about what I mean with just matrixing on these spots here. I'm gonna put some background music for you guys to really get into the mood. Here I back up into the open because I get dived by their tanks. This lets my teammates just assist me and give me extra heals when I fight them off in this open area.
Nice. I'm pushing.
Ball on point, ball on point.
My. Pulling ball.
Ball one, ball one, ball one.
Universe, magnificent.
I'm taking care. Damage boost engaged.
The wolf awakens.
Pulling ball.
Also, whenever you get dived by a Genji or something, just launch backwards into the open. This way they're forced to fight you in this open arena where your teammates can shoot at them and you might get extra heals from a Batista or something. Notice how I put the Sonic here so that I can see if someone tries to wall climb up, and then I can just shoot straight down and get a guaranteed headshot. If it's a Genji, he's gonna be wall climbing, so he can't deflect unless he stops the wall climb, so he has to do some swag stuff to actually not die.
We can use control. Man can be careful. Ball man. Pulling ball. Hanzo careful. Mercy. Pulling ball.
Nice, babe.
Ball.
Where's babe? I put a Sonic on the pillar again, so that I can get an easy pre-fire in case they try to climb up.
You didn't play it yet, right?
I'm taking care. Schaden verstärkt.
They have blade now. Pulling ball.
I position myself on the roof because it's their time to use Genji blade, so I want to get as much distance between me and the Genji. But here I can still use my dragon to block for my team. And as you see, I shot the dragon at my own team because I know that the Genji will try to kill my teammates with the blade since I'm too far away.
Genji, Bull, and Nurse. Genji and Nurse. Oh. Bull alone, man.
Almost back.
Here I should have ulted before I get smacked into the corner so that the dragon is closer, and I would have probably killed the low HP Hanzo at the very least.
Focus, ball.
Ball, on point.
Fuck!
Ball.
So, you wanna go this side without pocket. Like if you without pocket, without any long range heals. You just shoot from this angle and you try to conserve your Sonic so that the
dragon's eyes.
you shoot it when you think that they're gonna start climbing up on this spot or this spot. So your job is basically just spam the choke, break their shield so they can't push, while simultaneously showing your team when someone is gonna peek here or here. So then when they do start wall climbing, everyone's gonna turn around on them and you're all gonna hold hands and pre-fire the target together, and he's just gonna get absolutely destroyed. And yeah, here I don't know. It's kind of it's a really tough defense playing from here. Like you can't really back up anywhere without getting shot. Like if they just roll over you and you try to back up here, you're probably gonna get shot. If you like, the thing that I normally do is I just try to clutch it hard by just going here, and then I bait out some of them to chase me. So this way there won't be as much pressure on my team after they roll over us, and my team will get a chance to actually win the fight, because I technically kill 1 or 2 people immediately because they start chasing me. So then I can maybe even put a Sonic here. Like I try to shoot a couple times, maybe I get a pick. If I don't, if they start coming in for me, I put the Sonic. And then I shoot once here to try to get a pick, once here. And then I just go over. And then I'm out of the fight. And then I hear them running away. And then I shoot them in the back. And then they have to either come for me or just take my arrows in their back. But either way, they can't really kill me, so I can just bait them out. It's basically the same strat as on attack, where you just try to force the enemy team to focus onto you. So you don't technically even have to kill anything. You're just like this annoying ninja distraction. And then you can just come back up here and assist your team. There could be someone on this corner here or somewhere. Like you just have a lot of good angles here. You can shoot even from here, or you could even just go for the long flankerino, assist your team from here, just like when you're attacking. But yeah, let's move on to B point. Please check out my stream, bro. Twitch.tv/Arrge. Please, bro. Just one check, bro. So, first of all, on B point defense, this, if you get a clean team kill, there's not any chance of you getting picked off. You probably want to just overextend onto this roof. And just put a Sonic in their spawn. And then it's a straight line into their spawn and you can just spam them. The problem, if you, like, this is the safe position, but you can't really get headshots out. So, but you could go balls deep on front of them, get a clear straight angle for highest chance of getting a headshot. It's kind of risky if they have a Widow, so I would only recommend doing this if they don't have any long range heroes. And if you have a pocket. So then you probably get a pick here. And the strat here is that Dragon is extremely strong when defending B point. All the points they come in from, it's a choke point. Like here, they have to go through the choke point and over the bridge. So if you're Dragon from the point, they have to either jump down or just back out or go into this hole here, but either way their push is gonna get stopped. And the same thing if they go high ground. This is the most horrible choke point in the game. So then you can dragon them from here. Maybe you back up into the stairway. And yeah, usually what happens is I do the dragon like this. And then the dudes are just in this corner and they don't even get affected by the dragon. And then they push after it's gone. So make sure that you really wait for until they're all here and about to like break through your team's shields. And then just do it angled more to the left. And this way, if your tanks are good, they will just body block them so that they can't run in to the high ground and they're all blocked in the dragon. There's no place they can hide in this tiny room here and they're all gonna die. Or not all. Hopefully all of them won't die, because that means that the fight will last longer. And you have to remember that on defense, it's not about killing the enemies. It's about stopping them from capturing the point. So the longer you can make a fight last, the better it is for you. So where was I? Oh, so yeah, basically the idea here is that you farm your dragon. You try to have your dragon for every single team fight. That's the goal. So the first place where you get ultimate charge is here. This is one of the only points where I recommend just trying to deal as much trash damage, like, because your ultimate is so strong, it doesn't really matter if they get support ultimates. So you can get some ult shots from hitting targets here, and then the next spot you go to is here. You put the Sonic down, so you can pre-fire them even more, get more ultimate shots. And then the next spot is shooting here, and then you wait for them to come up the stairs and shoot at them. Some of them might come from the high ground over there. You can try to get a clean headshot. And then you just keep shooting, use cover because they will shoot back. And then just keep shooting at them. And then you might think that, okay, well that's it. But you can still do these jump peaks. To peek all the way. Like, most of the time they think they're safe once they get past this part here. But you can still wide peek and shoot them. You can go for an even wider peek with the launch. If you're really feeling confident with your aim, you can just jump here and shoot. But the problem with going here is that you use your launch to get over, and if they simultaneously charge in, then you're gonna take a lot of time to get back up here, and you lose out on this spot here where they're running in a straight line. They might like use this as cover and not even realize that you exist. So this spot is too valuable to kind of risk jumping onto this roof here. That's why I kind of started doing this type of peeking instead of going on the roof. So yeah, then you can just shoot at them, and you can go down here for cover. If they, this way you're blocked by these stairs. If they do push into this part here, like they do really have to push almost onto these stairs to get clear shots on you. And then you can just back up behind this cover yourself. And at this point, they're already split. They're not actually pushing anymore. And your teammates can shoot at them from this high ground. So you're gonna get help from your team. They're gonna be helping you out by shooting at them from here. They have no cover. And if they do come here to contest you, they're gonna have to put the shield like this. There's no way for them to block both shots from this direction, like this direction, and from the high ground. So yeah, just try to get the crossfire going. If they still keep charging you, you just go all the way back here and then go to the high ground. And this is another good spot where you can hold this, especially if they have their own Hanzo who's gonna peek up from here. You can just be in this corner and the enemy team can shoot you from here. And then you can use your right ear to listen to sounds, to hear if there's someone coming up. Like you can hear the Genji or Hanzo wall climbing up, or Widow hook shotting here. And then you can peek them and shoot, provided that you are not already getting shot from here. But the thing is, if you are not getting shot, if you're getting shot from choke point over there, then they're not breaking the shields of your team who are holding the high ground. So their push stops, and then you don't have to do anything. You can just chill in here, and the enemy team is not pushing. And once again, I remind you, it's defense, so you don't have to kill anyone. You just have to stop them from capping the point. So yeah, I don't know if there's much else to talk about. Of course, there's this spot. It's not really that good unless they all 6 go. If all the 6 people go to this high ground, then this might be the best choice. You can use this cover. You can assist your team to hold this tiny choke point there. and you can shoot at the dudes peeking from here and still have cover. And the enemy team once again has to push all the way to the stairs to contest you, and that means their push stops and your teammates can help you kill the targets that overextend onto this open area here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this guide. It's a bit long. Hope you weren't too bored. Hope you learned something. And I'll see you in the next guide or gameplay video or even my stream. You know, you could always check out my stream. Please. Please.